Wow, thank you, everyone. Thank you to the ArabNet team. I am very pleased to be here. You might be wondering what GSMA has to do with the ArabNet Digital. I think many of you have been to Mobile World Congress. I think an increasingly important and relevant theme for the mobile industry is what is their role in the digital economy. So what I'm going to talk about today is how mobile plays a direct and compelling role in the digital economy. And I can see, looking around this room, that many of you here are actively supporting the mobile industry, looking at your smartphones and your tablets. So thank you for that. Please, by all means, continue. So the GSMA represents over 800 mobile operators worldwide, and an additional 200 plus technology companies, media companies, internet companies, etc. The GSMA's role is to convene the industry and the broader ecosystem, to advocate on behalf of the broader mobile ecosystem to governments, to regulatory authorities, to international institutions, and to deliver on key enablers for the mobile and digital economy, such as personal data, connected living, digital commerce, and Network 2020, which is the future of IP mobile communications. So we know that mobile as a platform, as a means of connectivity, is increasingly relevant in this region, particularly in the GCC and especially in a city like Dubai. We know that it is the principal means of connectivity to the internet across the region. We know that mobile data traffic growth is increasing at a rate that we have not seen anywhere else in the world. The example of Saudi Arabia, we see on average, of 6 gigabytes per month per subscriber in mobile data traffic. Nobody really seems to know about this outside of the region, and I think it's important that people understand how users are connecting to the internet, how users are using their mobile devices. A key obstacle for the broader participation of users in the region to the digital economy is the lack of access to a secure digital identity. Many of us know how many usernames and passwords we have to deal with on a daily basis. Personally, I think I have around 20. I think on average is something like that. This is a key obstacle for people. You combine that with the lack of availability to formal banking services in many countries outside of the GCC. Even within the GCC, people have an inability to settle transactions online. A lot of times, if somebody's buying something on souk.com, they're not paying for it on souk.com. There's a delivery and cash on that delivery. So this is a key obstacle that needs to be addressed, and the mobile industry can play a really important role in bridging that gap and bringing more people online to transact and to trust. So the mobile device and the mobile network provides inherent security, something that I have, something that I know, which could be in the form of a PIN. You combine that with the embedded security in the SIM, and you have something that can provide people a digital identity that is not dependent on access to a smartphone. This can be done leveraging the SIM in a basic feature phone via SMS. It can be done from the highest end Apple, Samsung device. But the key is the inherent security in the SIM to provide users access to the digital world. So Mobile Connect is an operator service supported globally by the GSMA that provides secure authentication and identification. It's very easy to use. Uses the mobile device, as I said, for authentication. Gives you secure login, no passwords to steal, improved experience, less friction. If somebody goes to your website, there's less likelihood that they're going to turn back when they have to register and create yet another username and password. Think of this similar to what Facebook and Google have. When you reach a website, you can log in with Facebook, you can log in with Google Connect, and now you can log in with Mobile Connect. And this adds trust to digital transactions and protects privacy. The operators confirm the credentials, and the user gives consent for sharing. And ultimately, it's simple and cost-effective to deploy, and we have seen many operators across the region express commitment to deploy this. You will be seeing this in the months ahead. I hope from today you remember hearing about it first. So I just have a brief video which will do a better job at perhaps illustrating this than I can with words. If we could cue up the video, please.
Mobile Connect heralds a new standard in digital authentication that removes the need to remember dozens of passwords. It enables people to easily log in to any participating online service using their mobile device. Mobile Connect enables operators to take their place in the changing world of digital services, and in turn, enables developers of apps and service brands to access the subscriber base of all participating operators worldwide. For digital service companies, an enhanced login service means fewer disappointed or lost customers. Research shows half of users would return more and buy more online if logging in was made easier. In order to get started with Mobile Connect, firstly, operators need to make the service available. Developers then build apps and digital services that utilize Mobile Connect as a login option. And finally, end users can choose Mobile Connect to authenticate. To make Mobile Connect available, operators need to expose their APIs supporting OpenID Connect with the mobile profile specified by the GSMA. They then need to deploy authenticators and ensure appropriate business processes are in place so that developers and end users can access this solution with the right level of support. Operators have two ways in which they can provide Mobile Connect. They can choose to implement the service directly, or alternatively, they can completely outsource using Mobile Connect Accelerator, known as MCX, a managed service provided by a number of partners who the GSMA have teamed up with. MCX enables operators to deploy Mobile Connect faster than their internal systems might allow. To incorporate Mobile Connect into apps or services, developers can then either work directly with a specific operator who can provide the infrastructure themselves, or visit the Mobile Connect developer portal, a one-stop shop where information and resources can be downloaded and developers can register for live Mobile Connect developer access. To signal the availability of this new service, a brand logo has been created by the GSMA on behalf of participating operators. The mark is available to all members of the Mobile Connect ecosystem, mobile network operators, developers, and technology platform partners. GSMA asks all licensees to comply with the license terms, including the Mobile Connect privacy principles. These principles are based on an open and honest approach to privacy. No personal data will be shared with any third parties without the user's permission. Behind the scene, it's the API exchange which brings developers and operators together to interoperate. Previously, market fragmentation has slowed developer adoption. Today, the API exchange will enable the cross-enterprise API app economy to thrive, starting with the Mobile Connect API. Payment and location APIs, or a mashup of these, will follow. Through just one technical integration in the API exchange, developers can now access an alliance of operators and can authenticate their collective subscribers without needing to know in advance which operator the user belongs to. Mobile Connect is now open for business. Mobile network operators and a wide array of digital service companies across the globe are coming on board. Talk to the GSMA today to get started.
Okay, so just a few more final slides to run through, just to reemphasize some of the points made in the video. Basically, this removes the need for multiple username and passwords, improves securities, reduces risk, reduces fraud, improves customer insight, and ultimately for the developers, for the operators, for the online service providers, it's a single technical integration. And ultimately, you're connecting through a single global API. This removes a lot of the hassle, I think, for the developer community in terms of getting momentum in global scale. It's scale from day one. And ultimately, this shows a mobile-first strategy. And to be honest, for this region, that is the only strategy. So I won't go into this too much. I think you probably already have an idea of what sort of uses this might apply to. Obviously, online mobile services, online approvals, permissions, banking access, m-government, e-government, enterprise security, access to VPN. I think there's a lot of possible uses for this. I think that's really up to all of you to think of how to build upon this. Ultimately, Mobile Connect is built on the promise of trust. Consumers need to feel assured that their personal data will remain secured. Here you just have an illustration of what types of security authentication are required to meet different types of user expectations. You see everything from e-health and m-government to identity assurance, basic username and login. So there's a variety of different security levels that can be implemented across this platform. And ultimately, this is meant to be as easy for the users as it is for the developers. We're talking about predictable, consistent platform for digital service providers as well. Consistent APIs across all operators around the world, representing nearly 6 billion SIMs and almost 4 billion unique users at the moment. And the GSMA, at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona this past February, our chairman issued a challenge that by next year in February, by February 2016, Mobile Connect would be available to over 1 billion customers, mobile subscribers worldwide. 1 billion. So there's your scale, if you had any doubt. We see an ecosystem coming together globally. This is just to give you an idea where we have commitments, where we have it launched, where we have it, where we have the interest from the operators. These are the different service providers, operators that are behind this. I think you'll see a lot of familiar names from the region. For any other information, anything, any questions, to be honest, I am not the Mobile Connect expert that you may assume me to be. I have a lot of colleagues who support this, who are dedicated to this, who are experts. I would encourage you to reach out to me. I can connect you to them. You can go directly to the GSMA website. All the information is there for developers, for online service providers, for operators. It's meant to be as straightforward to get the information as it is to use it. Developers can test, can play around with the different tools. And ultimately, there's a very straightforward template for signing up. And I would encourage all of you to participate in the different regional and global forum we have looking at Mobile Connect and how the mobile industry, particularly in this region, can be can provide the access, provide the gateway for users to the digital world. And with that, I would like to thank you all for your attention. Again, thanks to ArabNet, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.